Welcome to r/entitled people, where we share stories from your lives about people who think the rules don't apply to them and they should get what they want. Thank you, friends, for subscribing to the channel and for so many likes. And today we have 3 great stories, so subscribe, hit the like button, and let's begin. The first story: I get to deal with bullcrap from the HR department. The second story, entitled Mom's Meltdown: How she tried to get free stuff and ended up banned. The third story, My Triumph: How I took on exploitation and left them scrambling. The first story is the tale of the fight against HR. This is just one of many times I butted heads with the hotel's human resources staff, specifically the head of the department. In hindsight, it was probably my repeated conflicts with the head of HR that contributed to my stagnant position at this property. That, and no one wants to let go of competent night audit staff, especially an NA supervisor. Anyways, time for some exposition dumping to bring you fine folks up to speed. The brand I work for earns PTO by the hour. It's 1.3 hours, or something like that. I never bothered with the math. For every 40 hours worked, I worked a 50-plus hour week, so I typically earned a bit more PTO than most. I would usually bank these hours so that right after Christmas, my wife I could go visit her parents. 1,000 away in another state for like 8 days or so without worry about losing pay. Especially since we were trying to get my wife's photography business off the ground. Being the sole source of income is not a fun stress, but it's worth it to support her dreams and passions. Now, our PTO requests are required to be put in, at minimum 2 weeks in advance. In my chronically neurotic anxiety heap of a mind, I always have to put requests in as early as possible. So 1 month before our vacation, which had already been approved, I put in the request for the PTO. I date the form, stick it in my manager's box, and take a picture of it just to be safe. The day before I leave, I confirm it with my manager that my request was received, sent to HR, and everything was simpatico. He confirmed it was all good to go. It was all not good to go. It was not simpatico. We have our vacation and get home and back to reality. On my next payday, I look on my mobile bank app and see no deposit. None whatsoever. I'm obviously not happy. My wife is obviously not happy. Nobody's happy. I drank more than usual that day. But before the alcohol binge, I hopped on the phone to give a ring to the old human resources department. I immediately get the manager. Me: Hello, HRM. It's Tiny Nuggins. I put in over a month ago for PTO and it seems I haven't gotten paid. HRM: HR manager. Well, then obviously you didn't put in. What? No, I'm sorry? No, that must be really frustrating? No, let me look into that for you? Nope, just a condescending placing the blame on myself for her department's mistake and/or negligence. Me: I'm sorry, but I put in for it over a month ago. FOM confirmed to me that it was turned in and I was all set. HRM: I don't know what to tell you. We don't have it, so you must have done it wrong or didn't do it at all. Me: I can assure you that's not true. But either way, I need to be paid for this last week. I can't afford to miss a paycheck. HRM: Long exasperated sigh of frustration. Fine, we'll fix it for you this time, but you need to make sure you have it in on time next time. Whatever, I accept that she'll be true to her word and fix it. So I start drinking the frustration away. Next week on payday, when I should be getting 2 paychecks, the missing PTO and the week I came into work after the vacation and nothing. Just the 1 paycheck for a week I was clocked in on. Not okay. This time I stay late and go to the HR office after work to meet with them in person. Me: Hello, HRM. I still did not get that PTO check you said y'all would fix for me. HRM: Long exasperated sigh of frustration. I know. Me: You know? How would she know already? HRM: Our generalist made a mistake processing it. You won't get it until next week. Me: Okay, I get it, but is there any way we can speed this along? I really can't afford to just miss a paycheck. HRM: Well, you should have done it right the first time and you wouldn't be in this mess. At this point, I'm fed up and tired of her attitude. Me: I'm sorry, but no. I did put in correctly and on time. Here, shows her picture on phone. FOM can confirm as well that it was correct and on time. HRM: Well, how do I know you didn't just do that and take a picture of it? And I don't appreciate your accusatory tone. Me: Well, I just need to get paid. Please. It shouldn't be this difficult for me. I need it as soon as possible. I turn and leave before I start yelling. You'd think I'd get paid at least at the next payday. Nope. It took a full month before I finally got my PTO check. A full month. I took the opportunity to file an official complaint against the head of HR. Not so much for the missing paycheck, but for the dismissive attitude she had to my situation. I ended up getting an email from her wherein she apologized for how I reacted to the situation. To me, this just sealed her fate as my arch nemesis. I certainly won that battle, but the war was far from over. Unbelievable. How can you be so inconsistent and inhumane, especially in the HR department? This head of HR is truly amazing in her ignorance and insensitivity to your situation. She should not be called the head of HR, but the head of bureaucracy and boorishness. Imagine you're trying to get what you're entitled to and you're faced with such indifference and disrespect. Not only did she make a mistake in processing your PTO, but she did everything she could to shift the blame to you and destroy your patience. And this entire process took an entire month. This is absurd and unacceptable. What a disgrace for this company to have an HR manager who treats employees this way. I'm impressed with your patience and resilience in this unpleasant situation. I hope that your complaint will lead to changes in the HR department and more human treatment of employees. You deserve so much better, and this HR deserves to be fired in disgrace. The second story is, entitled Mom Ruins Sunday Because She Couldn't Get Free Stuff. For context, I used to work at a place that was a store with all kinds of school materials. Pencils, pens, notebooks, crayons, and had a space with activities for children, mostly focused on DIY and creativity stuff for children to do with their parents or on their own. I was a monitor there, so my job mostly consisted of guiding and teaching the kids what the activities were, and giving any kind of help they needed, while also controlling the time so they don't stay more than they should. So one shiny Sunday, I saw a mom with a kid waiting at the entrance of the activity space. And I found it strange because the next activity wasn't supposed to start for at least 45 minutes. I thought she might want to get to know the space or something before buying a ticket, so I opened our door and greeted her with my best customer service smile. The cast. M is me. EM is entitled Mom. S is Supervisor. M is Manager. M. Good afternoon, my name is OP, how can I help you? EM. Hello, is this here where my kid can do the activities? M. Yes, sure. You need to get the bracelet at the reception before. We had bracelets to identify kids that paid the fee with their information, their parents' information, and the time they entered. EM. No, we wanted to do the free activities. They said we could just enter and do it. M. Ma'am, the free activities were for the celebration of Kids Day, and that was yesterday. EM. But I saw it on the website. Can't you make an exception for him? M. Sorry, but you'll need to pay for the activity. I can get in trouble if I open exceptions because I don't make the rules here. EM. But that's disrespectful to the customer. Why do you leave false information on the website? M. Ma'am, please don't shout in the store. And the announcement had the date in it, so it's not fake, just outdated. EM. But I brought him here. He deserves to have the activity. M. He can do the activity as long as the ticket is bought and he has the bracelet. EM. I want to see a manager. At this point, the supervisor hears and comes to my rescue. S. Excuse me, is there something wrong? EM. Your incompetent employee is being rude to me and denying me entrance. M. Supervisor, they thought today was the free activity day for Children's Day and are trying to do that today. She doesn't want to pay the ticket but wants to enter anyway. S. Ma'am, the free activity was yesterday. We cannot let you enter for free today since everybody else is paying. EM. That's ridiculous. I came today. I should be able to leave my kid today. Are you the manager? S. No, ma'am, I'm the supervisor. The manager is busy right now. EM. Call the manager. I want the manager. At this point, she's screeching so loud, people are looking and pointing. The whole store is so uncomfortable you can feel people cringing. My supervisor asked me to get the manager, that's not happy to stop his work to answer some entitled Karen. M. Good afternoon, ma'am, I'm the manager. Can you explain to me what's wrong? EM. Yes, your employees are being rude and denying me entrance. I wasn't able to do the free activity yesterday, so I should be able to do it today. M. Karen, please don't scream at the store, or I'll be forced to call security. If you want to do the activity, just pay the ticket and your kid will be allowed. If you want to do the free activities, just follow the website and our page on Instagram, and we'll update about other celebrations and promotional prices. EM. No, I'm here today, I'll do it today. I'll complain on Facebook, call corporate if you don't allow me to enter right now. M. Ma'am, stop making a scene. I'm giving you a last chance or I'll be calling security and forcing you to leave. EM. No, you will let me enter now or I'm calling corporate. M. Yeah, you're done. I'm calling security. Manager looked at me and told me to go back, but at this point I swear she screeched so loud and started making the biggest scene I've ever seen. She started screaming inside of the store to everyone that we were thieves, should be closed down and they shouldn't buy from us and support our criminal activities, while everyone just looked extremely embarrassed and just cringing so hard while security escorted her out of the store. The shiny Sunday was actually ruined, because me, my colleague, the manager, and supervisor were just drained from that Karen. This was like at 3 p.m. and I had to spend the next 5 hours working with the worst headache from that banshee screaming. The manager afterwards apologized and came to check on me, and I could just apologize for allowing that situation to reach that level, but he assured me it wasn't my fault, and that the next time I should just leave them talking by themselves. Edit. EM was banned from the store. Oh dear Karen, queen of Sunday shenanigans. Her epic breakdown deserves an ovation, really. After all, who needs Netflix when we have Karen providing us with free entertainment right in the store? We have a 2-time Oscar contender for Mother of the Year and the best I Need a Manager requirement. Her requirements? It's like if you went to the bakery and demanded free cupcakes on Monday because they were having a sale on Sunday. Bravo for the creativity. And the screaming? Oh, those are top-notch vocals. I hope she's considered a career change to opera. But seriously, Karen is the gift that keeps on giving. From demanding for instant gratification and threatening of corporate complaint, she truly is the Picasso of entitlement. And thanks to the staff handling the situation with grace and composure, looks like our Karen's going to have to find a new place to spread her unique brand of joy. The third story is, I was illegally exploited when I was a teenager and I fired back. Scenario: Spain. 18 years ago, I was a teenager, barely 15 years old. I was legally allowed to work for the first time, and my family didn't have much money at the time, so I decided to look for a summer job. As you can imagine, being that young is not like you can choose much. I was offered a clerk position in a supermarket because a friend of mine was already working there. My job was to unload crates from the trucks and place stuff in the shelves. Also to check from time to time that everything was okay. When that job was offered to me, we were at the middle of the month, and my future, now past boss told me that they could not prepare a contract for that month, so they would pay me under the counter. No taxes, no social security. That's something compulsory by law in Spain, EU. No vacations, you know the drill, as if I was a US citizen. The deal was that they would prepare the contract so I could be legally hired the first day of the next month. So day 31 arrives and I get a small envelope with my payment inside. We'll go into that later. I ask about the contract for the following day. The guy tells me that's not possible, but smiles and says, hey, see you tomorrow. I reciprocate with a fake smile while thinking for myself that he won't see me tomorrow there. Then he turns back and leaves. I open the envelope, count the money, count the hours I did, divide 3.5 euros by an hour. That's like $4 US. MF, I think. They were making SH tons of money out of tourists. But then I think again. Yeah, I won't work for him anymore. No way I'm gonna be exploited like that again. But let's get some small revenge at least. So next day I wake up very early. I pick the bike and ride towards the place. I bring a book with me. I don't intend to be productive at all. I open the back doors, go inside and find a comfy corner where I can sit and read. Every time that some colleague or boss approaches, I fake a bit of activity. And I wait and wait until the truck arrives. The truck only came once per week, and that day I was supposed to be the only one there to help unload all the cargo. That's when I pick my stuff up and say as effusively as possible, bye-bye, MF, and I leave with a smile on my mouth, knowing that no one else is there to do the job, and that I made it impossible for them to react in time. Oh, what sweet retribution. The boss definitely got his nose out of joint, and you walked away with a smile on your lips and pleasure in your heart. You managed to play a joke on that arrogant exploiter, and he must have regretted not appreciating your labor contribution. He must have had a long and incredibly difficult week after you left. No other employee could replace you, and he probably spent a lot of time and effort searching for a replacement. Your cunning plan turned out to be a major setback for him. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.